The stars burned cold in the void, and the Galactic Council chamber hummed with the low, resonant tones of 100 species debating the fate of the universe. At the center of it all stood Zainara, a Xalaxian diplomat, her iridescent scales shimmering under the artificial light. She was calm, collected, and utterly out of patience. "The Kroth Alliance cannot be allowed to expand further," she declared, her voice echoing through the chamber. "Their war machines will consume entire systems if we do not act. We need the support of the Galactic Fleet, and we need it now." The chamber erupted into a cacophony of protests. The Kroth were a formidable force, their technology unmatched, their armies relentless. No one wanted to face them head-on. Not the Zorvax with their plasma cannons, not the Quicks with their cloaked fleets, and certainly not the Exalaxians who prided themselves on diplomacy over destruction. But Zainara had one card left to play. A card no one in the chamber expected. "If the Council will not act," she said, her voice cutting through the noise, "then I will call upon the favor owed to my people by humanity." The room fell silent. Even the air recyclers seemed to pause. Humanity? The humans? Those primitive backwater creatures from the Orion Arm, the ones who had barely mastered interstellar travel a century ago, the ones who had once been laughed out of the Council for suggesting they could contribute to galactic peace. Zainara's lips curled into a faint smile. She had their attention now. It had been 50 years since the Exalaxians had saved humanity from extinction. A rogue asteroid, flung from the depths of space, had been on a collision course with Earth. The Exalaxians, with their advanced gravity manipulation technology, had diverted it, asking for nothing in return. "Consider it a gesture of goodwill," they had said. But humanity, in their peculiar way, had insisted on owing a debt. One day, their ambassador had said, "We'll repay you, no matter what it takes." The Council had laughed then. What could a species so young, so inexperienced, possibly offer the galaxy? But Zainara had seen something in them. A spark, a determination that defied logic. And now she was about to call in that favor. The message was sent. The response came faster than anyone expected. 3 days later, a single human ship arrived at the edge of Xalaxian space. It was small, unassuming, and bore no markings of a military vessel. The Council scoffed. This was humanity's great contribution, a glorified cargo hauler. But when Zainara met the human envoy, a woman named Captain Elena Reyes, she knew better. Reyes had a glint in her eye, a confidence that bordered on arrogance. "You called," she said simply. "We're here." "The Kroth Alliance is advancing," Zainara explained. "They will destroy us if we do not stop them." "Can you help?" Reyes smiled. "When humanity owes you a favor, expect the unimaginable." The Kroth fleet arrived a week later. 1,000 ships, bristling with weapons, their hulls gleaming like obsidian. They descended upon the Exalaxian homeworld, ready to crush all resistance. The Galactic Council watched from afar, their fleets held back, unwilling to risk annihilation. But humanity was not afraid. A single human ship, the Odyssey, emerged from hyperspace. It was still small, still unassuming. The Kroth laughed, their commanders dismissing it as a futile gesture. But then, the Odyssey activated its payload. It was not a weapon. Not in the traditional sense. It was a signal, a pulse of energy that rippled through space, resonating with something ancient, something buried deep within the fabric of the universe. And then, the stars began to move. From the void, massive structures emerged. Sleek, silver, and impossibly advanced. They were not ships. They were something else entirely. The Kroth froze, their sensors overloading as the structures came to life. A voice deep and resonant echoed across all frequencies. "We are the Sentinels, guardians of the balance. You have disturbed the peace. You will cease." The Croth hesitated, then opened fire. Their weapons struck the structures, but the energy was absorbed, redirected. In an instant, the Croth fleet was disabled, their ships drifting powerless in the void. The Galactic Council watched in stunned silence. What had humanity done? How had they summoned these sentinels? Later, in the council chamber, Zainara stood beside Captain Reyes. The room was silent, every eye fixed on the human. "How?" Zainara asked, her voice barely a whisper. Reyes shrugged. "A long time ago, we found something buried on Mars, a relic of an ancient civilization. We didn't understand it at first, but we learned. We studied, and when you called, we knew it was time to use it." "You could have ruled the galaxy," one of the council members said, his voice trembling. Reyes shook her head. "That's not who we are. We don't seek power. We keep our promises." Zainara smiled. She had been right about humanity. They were unpredictable, reckless, and utterly extraordinary. And now, the galaxy would never underestimate them again. As the council dissolved into murmurs of awe and disbelief, Zainara leaned closer to Reyes. "Thank you," she said. Reyes grinned. "Don't mention it. But if you ever need another favor, well, you know where to find us." And with that, humanity left, their small ship disappearing into the stars, leaving behind a galaxy forever changed. When humanity owed you a favor, you could indeed expect the unimaginable. And the galaxy would never forget it.